So in Acts 2, verses 42 to 47, we're going to see a description of the early church, the early Christians. And Acts describes how this group of early Christians were like a family. Okay, they were truly like a family. They were extremely unified and tight knit. They don't simply just come together to worship God or to go to Sunday service or something like that, but they actually would eat at each other's houses, and they would help people who are in need by, for example, selling off their property or possessions. And the Bible described them as being very glad and very sincere, and they were filled with joy. And so that's the kind of community that the early Christians, the early church was like. And it makes me think of sort of like our youth retreat. It's kind of like a micro example of this early church, where we spent 3 days doing everything together, right? We ate together, we sang worship together, we listened to God's words, and we even shared our innermost um, thoughts, our weaknesses, our fears, and we prayed for each other. And, those 3 days really feel like this Bible description of the early day church. And it says in the Bible that um, God added to their numbers daily. Okay, added to their numbers, meaning more and more people became Christians. And so we see that this kind of church community who is extremely unified, extremely like they just really like each other, right? They love each other genuinely. They lived their daily lives like together. It was intertwined, and I think that's the kind of community that attracts non-Christians, right? And also that can reach out together to the non-Christians and hopefully help people to follow God. So maybe that's something we need to reflect on, is our youth fellowship or CPF, um, that kind of community, that kind of unified community, tight knit, loving, supportive, something to think about.